Now loading podcast, period.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Podcast Period, the internet's stupidest podcast. My name is Ben, and with me today, as always, is my co-host David.
What's up, guys?
So today we're returning back to form, back to our usual stuff from last episode. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the last episode because I think David and I both enjoyed kind of getting away from the format that we've been having and talking about a serious issue and highlighting it, more than we've been able to do with other stuff. So, yeah, we're getting right back into it. We've got some articles, we've got some discussion topics, and some trailers that we're going to react to. So, yeah, first one I've got is this new. It's what seems to be a Chrome extension, but I was reading this earlier today. And it looks like this is something that they could eventually just bake right into Chrome. So what this extension does right now is you can highlight a piece of text in a web page and right-click it. And, where the usual copy-paste options would be, there's an option to link to the text. And it's literally just a link that this URL parses, where it's like the URL will have the entire string of text in it, and it goes through and searches whatever page you happen to be linking to, and it searches through, matches the text exactly. Whatever comes up first that matches the text exactly it'll scroll down to it and it'll highlight the text. So it'll be useful for like highlighting something in a Wikipedia article. Maybe even for, say, like a college class. I don't know how useful it would be, but if it's baked right into Chrome, good fair amount of people still use Chrome. So it'd be interesting to see whether this gets widespread support or whether this is just going to be one of those Google things,
It's interesting how they're doing that.
Yeah.
I was just trying to read into it because it's kind of hard to wrap your head around by just listening.
Uh-huh.
I needed some context behind it, the examples that they give, and I like that a lot. That's perfect. It's going to be wonderful for those Facebook professors out there that will always demand, "Where's your evidence? Where's your proof? What's your source?" All that nonsense.
Let me link it to you, and then I'll even highlight it for you, broski. There's your evidence right there.
There you go. I didn't go
to some shady website with .co.r.lf at the end or whatever.
Yeah.
Vaccines don't cause autism. That's stupid. Anyway, yeah,
Anywho.
I just thought that was an interesting little thing. I mean, I personally use Firefox, so it's not really going to change anything for me, but it is interesting, and like I said, hopefully it gets widespread support, so that eventually people like me who don't use Chrome for one reason or another get the ability to do this too. But for now, for those of you who use Chrome, there it is. You're welcome.
What was your reason for ditching Chrome? You had a good reason, and I can't remember what it was. Something wasn't working.
After I think I reset Windows. After I reset Windows, it's just because I ended up liking Firefox. But and I even have Firefox on my laptop. But my original reason for switching was because, like, every time I would watch a video, it would start skipping frames for some reason. There wasn't really any reason for it doing that, because I watch the videos on Firefox and it's fine. So
it's fine. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was like a memory leak I was having or what, but I switched to Firefox, and I haven't really bothered to switch back because there hasn't really been any point, honestly.
Gotcha. Alrighty, so buyer beware. This is kind of an older story that we got going on, but it's been shelved a couple of times for various reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little bit older, but I still thought it was kind of interesting that a reputable company like Western Digital would do this. But there are 2 to 6 terabyte NAS drives that were being sold and marketed by Western Digital as being NAS drives ready, but they ended up being shingle magnetic recording versus the conventional magnetic recording, which basically means the performance is gonna suck. So you're supposed to be able to do this type of stuff for archival situations.
Yeah,
but
something where it doesn't matter where the seek how bad the seek time is.
Exactly.
I'm looking at this. It says for these drives, it says that the sequential write speeds is 40 megabytes a second from blank. This isn't like rewriting over already existing like deleted files or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From blank, 40 megabytes a second. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So,
oof.
Good luck with that. Completely screwed the pooch on that one.
Listen, I can barely remember the days where I measured at my internet speed that low. Let alone my hard drive and storage speed. Woo.
Yeah.
I could not do that. Oh no.
I feel sorry for anybody who bought this. If you did buy this and you didn't know what you were getting, there's quite a bit of performance that got left under the table because of this dishonest switcheroo that they performed. I hate when companies do this. It's just bad publicity all around. There's no reason for this, and quite honestly, if there's not a class action lawsuit that comes out of this, I'd be quite surprised.
Yeah, no kidding.
So, good job. Thank you, Western Digital. You are the one brand I could trust for my hard drives. Not that anybody uses hard drives anymore, but I digress. You ruined that, so thank you so much.
Just gonna have to be more careful. Gotta read those product descriptions, people.
All right. What's next?
What's next is one of 2 articles about our wonderful Commander-in-Chief, Orange-in-Chief, as it were. Cheeto-in-Chief is even better. I like that one better.
Bag of chips.
Yeah, exactly. So this is as of yesterday, it looks like, an article from Ars Technica reporting that Facebook has removed ads from the Trump campaign, citing its policy against hate speech, because I believe it. They used a red triangle that the campaign claimed that it was a symbol widely used by Antifa and in an ad about Antifa. However, Antifa is not a single group, and affiliated organizations have not been associated with the triangle logo. So yeah, apparently this has this upside down triangle, or the red triangle, as some sort of Nazi related imagery. I can't find where in the article it exactly relates to it, but to be honest, with how not bright of a bulb our president is, it wouldn't surprise me at all.
I want to see the symbol, but I can't find it. I want to see what it looks like to me, because this very easily could be just overall nonsense that everybody's getting their... Oh, well, I just thought of that. New discussion topic for later, Ben. You just have to wait and see what it is. But anyways, the supposed Nazi imagery. I want to see it, but I can't find it, so whatever. If it actually is what they claim it is, and it's violating their terms of promoting hate speech, then good on Facebook for pulling it down. Mm-hmm. But if it's just some random doodle that people are just saying for lack of a better reason that they hate, or Cheeto in chief, that it's not actually Nazi related, then shame on Facebook for playing into somebody's hands on that. But I can't find it, so I can't say for myself. So, but it probably is, to be honest. I feel like Facebook would have done
Okay, so I just sent you a link on Twitter for the Trump campaign, their Twitter.
I see it. Okay.
So apparently the upside down red triangle, number one, has never been used by Antifa. You can look farther down on the chain in the Twitter thread if you want to see examples of actual Antifa symbols. Mm-hmm. But beyond that, the actual symbol itself was used by the Nazis to mark political prisoners back in World War II. So it is a Nazi symbol. It's the inverted red triangle was what they used.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So it's not it's definitely doesn't look like a straw man thing. This is something that they did. Posted by Donald Trump, Mike Pence, and Team Trump. Beautiful. Beautiful. Wow.
I feel like somebody had to go digging for this. It took a lot of digging. It's there. I'm not going to deny that it's not there, because it's there.
I mean, if you're an expert in World War II, certainly
sure.
It's not going to be something that you have to go digging for. I'm not necessarily going to say that it's in popular culture or anything like that, because I had to look it up.
No,
but
it's
still,
not. And
it is something that existed, and it's clearly something that wouldn't have taken more than a couple minutes of Googling by the Trump team to figure out.
This is one of those things.
Whether or not you had to go looking for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is one of those things where you'd actually have to know the motivation and the source material of the original creator of this Antifa art that they have incorporated into this red triangle, the inverted red triangle, to actually know what the legit thought process was and the true meaning of this. So, seeing that's not ever going to happen and nobody's going to come forward and say, this is actually what this was. I'm sorry, I didn't know that it represented something else. This was not promoting Nazism in any sort of way. Then, okay, fine, just take it down. Just be on the safe side. Better safe than sorry. Because unless somebody can prove otherwise. Like, this is an original work of art that inspired me to create this new work of art that I've done 20 years ago, and it's not connected, then okay, whatever.
The thing that I linked to you is not what they actually posted on their Facebook page. I know. They literally just posted a red inverted triangle. No Antifa, no nothing.
Oh.
That was it.
Really?
Yeah. You can actually, if you go onto or click the link that I sent you, and then just scroll up, it shows you the three Facebook ads that they found that were running. It's literally
so they
what
literally
they put was
just put
a
an
red
inverted
triangle.
red triangle.
Yeah.
Why?
It's a good. I guess because they thought it was. I guess because they thought it was. It had something to do with Antifa. I don't know. Listen, you would think that they would have somebody like on like they would have several people researching these things.
Like I said, somebody's just gotta freaking shut him up. This is the problem. They let him do whatever he wants, says whatever he wants. Damn it all to hell, whoever it offends. And this is the problem. Crap like this. Now I can see why they'd want this taken down, because it's literally an inverted red triangle. Doesn't he have the original artwork that I saw going with it? So I apologize for that. I didn't realize that this is exactly how they posted it. It's literally a red triangle with a black border. What else is this supposed to mean? There's no mention of any other graphic design on this. It's literally just an inverted red triangle with a black border around it.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Just stupid.
Yeah. Anybody with half a brain and 2 minutes of research could have figured that out. But I guess the Trump campaign doesn't have either of those. So anyway, let's move on. Let's move on.
I can't deal with this anymore. I'm so done.
I don't blame you at all.
All right, so something that might make you feel better. It certainly makes me feel better. The F word's hidden superpower. Repeating it can actually increase your pain threshold. So
I feel like from personal experience, that's definitely true.
I totally
100%
agree. So there have been a surprising number of studies in recent years examining the effects of swearing, specifically whether or not it can actually help relieve pain. And according to a latest such study published in the journal Frontiers of Psychology, constantly repeating the F word, as one might do if one's hit their thumb with a hammer, can increase one's pain threshold. I swear to you, this works. Personal experience
100%.
says it works.
100%. No. Like, definitely. I would have to say I've done it more than once when accidentally hurting myself, and it definitely feels like it makes me get over the pain faster.
Now, I don't know if they actually examined whether or not it is the actual word or if it's just screaming and yelling. Could you replace said word?
It even says in the subtitle for the article, made up swears like fouch or twizz pipe just don't have the same effect.
Oh yeah, okay. So
and even later down when they're discussing the testing methodology, it looks like the people. So what they had people do, they didn't like actually hurt people. Obviously, they had them stick their hands in ice water, and just leave them in there for as long as they could.
Mm-hmm.
So the people that swore were able to leave their hands in the bucket right around 40 seconds longer than the people who either didn't say anything or repeated a made-up word.
I see.
So clearly,
it does
it works.
It does work.
Oh my
makes
gosh!
Me feel better that I say all that, especially when stubbing your toe. That really hurts. Mm-hmm. So I'm just glad.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, man, I really should have picked a different topic, but I picked two in a row of these. I will. Okay, I'll introduce the article first, and then I'll get into my caveats. So this is another article from Ars Technica. Trump administration paid for millions of test tubes, got unusable mini soda bottles. So, to give the Trump administration credit, this is not necessarily their fault. They contracted a company to supply these test tubes. They paid the money. There wasn't anything fishy going on their end. But the company that they contracted, Filikit LLC, supplied these plastic tubes, which are made for bottling soda. They're basically like the 2-liter soda bottles before they're blown up to be 2-liter soda bottles.
This is exactly what they are. These are the molds. Well, no, these are the actual plastic inserts with the cap and everything. Mm-hmm. Before it goes into the molding machine where it's actually extruded out and blown up into size with whatever process that they do. I think it has to involve heat and somewhat. So they're literally just hard plastic shells.
Yeah.
With a cap on them.
It wouldn't necessarily matter, right, if they could actually use them, because one, they don't fit into the equipment that people are using to test for COVID and everything, and two, the employees that were actually making them, one, not all of them wore masks. Two, they gathered the soda bottles with snow shovels and dumped them into plastic bins before squirting the saline into them, and this is all out in the open air. It's not like this isn't a sterile environment or anything like that. Clearly, these people were just filling an order. They weren't taking any precautions or anything like that. They didn't care. They were like, that looks like it could work. Let's give them that.
Yeah. God.
And the Trump administration paid $7.3 million for these test tubes, and they got unformed 2-liter soda bottles. So, like I said, this isn't exactly their fault. There's no way that they could have foreseen that this company was going to do what they did. Could they have done their research? Probably. I don't know if that would have alleviated anything, but who knows? They probably didn't, so the world will never know. Okay. What do we have next?
I'm so done. All right. Again, old information, but again, it got delayed. But I actually thought it was interesting enough to bring in anyways, regardless of how old it was. Mm-hmm. The stay-at-home orders at the time, and I'm pretty sure they probably are, for Alameda County, which is San Francisco, for those of you who don't know, basically enforced their dictation against Tesla, that Tesla was not going to be able to open up their factories there. So Tesla decided to launch a lawsuit against Alameda County, and they dropped it finally because Alameda County decided that they were going to stop the company from reopening its Fremont factory, despite the continued shelter-in-place orders. But that I just thought that brought into a bigger consideration. When is the government actually helping people? And when are they overstepping? When they tell a private business what they can and cannot do?
That's hard to say.
Because it was for public health.
Yeah.
At least that's what the idea is. but then you're also potentially forcing a business out of business. Not Tesla, not in this case, but in other cases. Hey, I'm ready to open.
True.
And I've got these precautions in place to protect my patrons and or my employees and or both, depending on what type of business it is. And Big Brother is telling me I can't do it. So is that overstepping the line, or is it all for the common good? That's really
I don't know. It's I feel like this is a fairly systemic issue in that, and I don't really want to make a whole discussion about this, but I feel like if the U.S. had responded to the pandemic sooner than it did, then we wouldn't have to worry about businesses going out of business, because realistically, we probably wouldn't have been in a lockdown more than 2 to 4 weeks if we had responded sooner. Because there's already countries that are opening all the way back up because they responded in the correct way. Like they've got sports and everything already.
Yeah.
So
we'll never know at this point.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't want to get into it a whole discussion, because we've got who we've got in charge. There's nothing anybody can do. So
no.
But it's interesting to think about. What if? But either way, yeah, I don't know. It depends on how long the shutdown order was going on. Like, if it was like a month, I could see wanting to get it back up and open. Like, as long as you have the proper precautions in place, like most companies do, like PPE and everything like that, then realistically, there's no reason not to open back up at this point,
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with this. On to a little bit more of a lighthearted topic. If you guys want to purchase one of those robot dogs from Boston Dynamics, one of the ones that you see in the many videos that they've made, you can buy one now for the low cost of $74,500. Or you could just go buy a car, but some people have more money than they need. So.
A few cars.
Yeah, no kidding.
Depending on what car you're talking about, you could easily buy 1, 2, even 3 or 4. This is going to be something that extremely rich people buy just because they can. Yeah.
Like, there's literally no point to have this other than to say, hey, I've got one of those robot dog things. There's not even anything that this thing can, like, do, per se, except walk around, it looks like. And maybe eventually open doors. But, yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
I think it's positively ugly. I've seen different videos of it opening doors and doing other things, which, I mean, the opening doors part could be really beneficial to somebody who is maybe disabled in some fashion or another. But
yeah, but realistically, a disabled person isn't going to have $75,000 to drop on a robot dog.
Probably not, and I'm sure there's a myriad of other technologies that said disabled person could probably have placed in the home to make things a lot easier.
Exactly. Or
and
even,
have a lot more benefits too.
Or even like an actual dog, a service dog. Those things don't cost $74,000.
And put a rope on the door, and they can open the door just fine too. So
there you go.
They're actually trained to do that. You just don't need to spend $75,000 on a yellow walking. I don't even know what that call that. It's just ugh.
I don't know, dude. It's ugly. I don't like it.
No, I don't either. But hey, for the low price of $75,000, you can own this yellow banana too.
Oh boy! All right. What's the last one you got?
Alrighty, so, Disney is wrestling with its racist history on Disney Plus, and it's kind of interesting. The company's history is in the spotlight again, thanks to the petition to rebrand this. I think this is what started it, but I'm sure this won't be the end. Disneyland Splash Mountain, which is supposed to be based on Song of the South. I think the latest design that I saw was somebody wanting to retheme it after The Princess and the Frog, which I could see that working, honestly, if it's already got a water design to it. How hard would it be to make it look like the Louisiana Bayou? So, I mean, Disney could have done this years ago without any publicity attached to it at all, negative or positive, with rebranding something from Song of the South. And it easily, you just could have said, we're just updating the ride, and with it, we're going to give it a new theming, and a Louisiana Bayou theming works. So here you go. And nobody would have questioned it. They wouldn't be petitioned about it, and they wouldn't be catching the flack from those who say this needs to be done, and shame on you for promoting a movie such as Song of the South. And they're not going to be harassed by those who say you're erasing history and you're trying to whitewash everything, and you need to stop. So, I mean, whatever. But now that they're going to, if they actually do it now, it's just going to be, well, you just did it because you were told to by certain people in certain categories. It's kind of weird how they're doing stuff like that. So, it started with Splash Mountain, but it's going on to Disney Plus as well. Former CEO Bob Iger said in March that the Song of the South is not appropriate in today's world and would never be on Disney Plus. The film's famous song Zippity-Doo-Dah remains a feature of Splash Mountain. So, yeah, I guess that's that. I find it very interesting the way things have changed. Certain things I think need to have changed, obviously. But you're going to complain about an amusement park ride? Really? When does it end?
I don't know. I don't think the issue is with people wanting to change Splash Mountain. I think that there's a good point behind it. Now, do I think that Disney should keep Song of the South off of Disney Plus? No. They already have Dumbo on there. They don't have any pre-roll or anything saying that there might be some culturally outdated stuff in there, but they do have it in the disclaimer or in the synopsis of the movie. But I feel like the right way to handle this would be to put it up on Disney Plus and to have some sort of pre-roll thing talking about everything in the movie that isn't right. But the best way I can put this is later on in the article too, but I remember this from a while ago. WB, I believe, when they put some of the older Looney Tunes cartoons out on streaming, they have a pre-roll on some of them, some of the culturally offensive ones, that I'll just read it because it explains itself better than I could. The cartoons you are about to see are products of their time. They may depict some of the ethnic and racial prejudices that were common in American society. These depictions were wrong then and are wrong today. While the following does not represent the Warner Brothers view of today's society, these cartoons are being presented as they were originally created, because to do otherwise would be the same as claiming these prejudices never existed. Do I think that I'm kind of on your side in thinking that they might be pulling at straws a little bit with the amusement with the ride thing. I do understand where they're coming from. And I still think that Disney should probably change it at this point. But I don't agree with them. I don't agree with them keeping Song of the South off of Disney Plus, because it's clearly big to the Disney legacy. And I mean, they've re-released it about 4 or 5 times since it's come out. Like, I think it's on DVD and everything. So there's no point not to have it on their streaming service that has literally everything else that they've ever put it on. So, I don't know. That's my take on it.
Yeah. I could see that. We're gonna move on just from this at the moment, but when we get to the discussion topic, the second one, we'll re-bring this up, because I've still got some things that I think need to be clarified. But for now, let's move on along to something happier and more amusing to poke fun at, because I'm going to poke fun at it.
Okay. So we didn't intentionally skip over what we're going to talk about. I guess we just kind of never got to it. There was so many other things that we wanted to talk about, but we're going to talk about it now because it's relevant again. I believe it was last week or earlier this week, the PS5 was finally revealed.
Last week.
Was it last week? Mm-hmm. We already knew some of the specs, which they pretty much matched up pretty well with the Xbox Series X. But we got a first look reveal at the look. Before we get into the look, as far as the actual power of the consoles go, I'm actually pretty interested to see what's going to come out, because it looks like both of them have built-in ray tracing, and they both have SSDs now, which is a huge step up from a hard drive, as most PC users now know. The 4K or 8K or whatever is obviously going to be pretty interesting. There's finally going to be some high frame rate games out on console, and higher frame rate than 60 FPS. Some of them, I think they've talked about having 120 FPS games out there. Obviously, not all games are going to be that, but it'll be interesting to see which ones they can and can't run at that sort of frame rate. And now we'll get to the topic that everybody wants to talk about: the look. We'll go with clearly the weirdest looking one. What did you think about what do you think about the look of the PS5?
So, I'm sure somebody's going to know this reference because they're pretty popular, but and I've seen the comparison made tons of times already, but nobody's made the comparison that I'm about to make. It straight up looks like a Wi-Fi router, but to be specific, it is the Belkin style routers. It straight up looked like that to me from the moment I saw it. I was like, I had to do a double take, and I was like, what is this? And to be completely honest, I love it, with the exception of what the hell is it going to go with? Because nothing else is designed like this. It's not going to match with anything in your entertainment center unless you happen to have a Belkin router inside your entertainment center. Because It's not matching cable boxes. It doesn't match anything Xbox has done. It doesn't match anything that PlayStation's done before.
No, it does not.
And while I think it looks, I actually do like the way it looks right now. I don't think this is going to age well at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't blend with anything. It's going to be an eyesore. It clearly was meant to be just digital, because the one that has the hard drive on it, that is actually hideous. Yes, disk drive, not hard drive. The disk drive clearly was not meant to be there in the design language, because that just looks terrible. In fact, I love how this article doesn't even have a forward front-facing shot. It's kind of tilted towards the side, and it just happens to hide the side that has the disk drive opening in it. It is so ugly. It needs to just be the digital one, to be honest. That disk drive's just terrible. But what's it gonna do in 3 years when this is the only thing that looks like this and everything else? You're gonna get so sick of this. It doesn't blend.
They're gonna have to release some other colors, but if you're gonna be like a day one buyer, you're gonna have to go with like a D brand skin or something. Something so that it's not like the only white thing that you have in your entertainment.
You don't even have silver anymore as an option.
I'm looking at everything in my entertainment center right now, and the only thing I have that's white anymore is a Wii.
Yes, exactly. That's
it.
And how old is that? That was like, what, 2007?
2007, yeah.
Like over 13 years ago at this point.
Even the 360 that I have is black.
Yes, and specifically the slim versions of the 360. A lot of people said they didn't like the way the 360 looked, and I didn't like the original, especially where it did have the hard drive attached to the top of it, which gave it that hump on it.
Yeah.
The black ones, I think, look really good, and I like the matte over the gloss. This is gloss white, isn't it?
I don't know. I think it's matte. I think it's matte white. I don't think it's gloss. I would hope it's not gloss.
Exactly, because that's just going to be. Imagine the dust. Ugh. You think glossy black is bad because of fingerprints and smudges? What is this going to look like when it's got a little bit of dust on it and then you have a tiny fingerprint in that? Oh, God. Oh, it's hideous.
Yeah.
It'll look good for the first 2 weeks, and then after that...
So, piggybacking off of that, what do you think about the Series X?
Okay, so I hate that it is Square Tower. It's a square tower. As bad as the PS5 looks for being a literal Wi-Fi router, at least it's not a square tower.
Yeah.
There's no design characteristic to it. And I think the disk drive opening on that looks pretty bad too.
The Series X is literally just a box.
It's a box.
Yeah.
Because
like 100%. It is a box. Okay, so that out of the way. If you were going to get one of these, I think I'm probably going to get one, and you know which one, because we've talked about this.
We've talked about this.
But what do you think you're going to get between the two, if you were to get one?
If I were to get one, I know why you'd go with the one that you'd go with.
Mm-hmm.
And I completely support and understand your decision to do so. What I really want would be for PlayStation to have the Xbox controller. Because I do not like DualShock controllers. Never have, never will. And I don't know about the new one. The new one doesn't look very good to me either. It looks too pointy, and it looks like it hurts your hand over time. I know why you would go with your PlayStation, and you can explain why.
Yeah.
I'd still go with the Xbox just because of my controller loyalty. Even though I know it's the same as a blessed PC, I'd still do it just because, and sometimes it is more convenient to just fire up. Well, it isn't anymore now that things like Roku and Fire Sticks exist.
Yeah,
but it was easier for the longest time to just fire up the console attached to the television versus trying to finagle with the computer to connect it to the TV, just because you got everything in your hand. You got the controller in your hand, you're done. There's a stupid computer, you got to use the mouse and the keyboard and all that stuff. It's cumbersome, and it's so much easier just to use the console. So I would use it for that purpose too. The DualShocks.
Okay, so my pick would have to be the PS5, and there is one big reason for that, but I'll get into the other minor reasons in a little bit here. The biggest reason is because I have a PC. I have a pretty decently powerful PC at this point. I'm not going to say it's the most powerful thing in the world. It's probably closer to mid-range than it is the high-end.
Now it is.
Yeah, but I can still play everything comfortably. I haven't had any games that I've tried recently where I've had to turn the settings down past where I think it would look disgusting.
Exactly.
So, that being said, all of the Microsoft first-party titles, they're releasing on PC.
Yep.
So, I've already got a way to play them.
Yep.
Me and David played Gears 5, I don't think we played it on launch day, but it was pretty close. The only reason we didn't play it on launch day was probably because we had to work.
We would have if it hadn't been for that.
Yeah, exactly. If we didn't have to work, day and date, it was out on PC. We would have played it.
Yep.
So that's most of the reason why I would pick the PS4, because you can't get Sony's games on PC. And there's plenty of PS4 games that I've seen that I wanted to play, like the Spider-Man game.
Yep.
The upcoming PS4 Avengers game. Both Last of Us games look really good. Let's see. There's probably more games that I can't think of off the top of my head, but there's a ton of Sony exclusives that I want to play. And I'll tell you my choice of which of the two I would pick too, because you'll probably be surprised. But I would probably go with the disc version. And it's not because I'm necessarily a physical media snob as far as video games go, because I could care less whether I bought it off of a digital store or whether I have the disc. The biggest reason for me is that disc drive is a 4K Blu-ray player. I have a 4K Blu-ray player, and it would be nice to have something that replaces that I could play games on. It would replace the 4K Blu-ray player. I could run streaming apps off of it. That would reduce, 3 HDMI cords running to my TV down to just one. It would simplify my setup greatly. And free up some HDMI ports for me.
And I'm not surprised that you would say that you'd go for the disc version just because of the other media that you would be able to consume with it. Honestly, if I was to go with PS5, I would do that too, just because of that. I could care, and in fact, the games are going to be quite useless on the disc anyways. Any of the first-party games, I guarantee you they're going to force you to run it off that new NVMe SSD anyways, because they're wanting this to be designed to run off of that SSD completely.
I can almost guarantee you that the discs at this point, they're probably going to contain some files, but you're going to have to download probably a good portion of the game, and the disc is just going to be your license for it.
And you're going to have
you're going to stick it. Yeah, you're going to stick it in the disc. It's going to work how PC games used to work back in the day.
Yep.
You would install it to the computer. All the files would be on the computer, but the only reason for the disk to be in the drive was for quote unquote copy protection.
Which is exactly why they did it for the Xbox too. The 360. You could put them on the hard drive if you wanted, but you still had to have this blinking disc if it was the physical copy, just because that was the proof that you own the game.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
that's the only reason to have the disc in the console this generation too, is just because it's going to be the proof that you have it. Because I guarantee you, there ain't going to be anything written off that disc after like the first install.
No,
it's going to be totally
more than
useless
likely
after
not.
that. It's just going to validate that it's there, and then that's it. That's all it's doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's with all the technology that has been put into these new consoles, especially as far as the storage is concerned, there's no way there's no way that they can read data fast enough off the disk to keep up with anything.
It's done. There's no. I don't see any revision coming. Honestly, I think 4K Blu-ray is it. I don't think there'll be anything else after that, unless the only way that there's going to be the only way that there's going to be anything beyond that is if 8K somehow catches on. And I honestly don't see why we would need to go past 4K. I own several 4K Blu-rays, and the quality on them is fantastic. I don't see what more detail you could get out of anything. Like, realistically. I honestly struggle to see it sometimes myself. It's because I have bad eyes, but I honestly sometimes can't tell. It just depends on how it was done. I mean, there are certain things where the actual content
if you're looking at like older movies, there's definitely something like the mastering could be better. Mm-hmm. You know, I've got Die Hard on 4K, and it looks fine. It definitely doesn't look like it was shot like in the present day.
Yep.
It looks like an 80s movie.
Yep.
Upscaled to 4K.
Mm-hmm.
It does still look good.
Yep.
But it doesn't look like as good as it could if it was filmed a day or whatever, you know?
Yep.
Because you and I both watched Kong Skull Island on 4K on my TV. And that looks fantastic.
Yeah, that did look good.
So, yeah, that's what I would go with. I would have to say I'd like the disc PS5.
I would do the same. If I seriously was going to do it, I would do the disc version of the PS5, or I don't think they're going to do just a digital version for the Xbox One. I would do the disc version of whatever one I decided to pick. Mm-hmm. It would kill me to end up doing the Xbox just because of the controller. Because then you're losing out on the PS5 Sony exclusives for everything on that and the older generation.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think I'm going to do either one. To be completely honest, I don't think I'd do either one. But it would have to be a game that was on PlayStation that you wanted. You would be the one to vote me into it. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen because of something. The only
way you really play games at this point is if it's something that we can play co-op. I still play a decent amount of single player games, but I understand why you wouldn't necessarily want to. But I don't know, I'm definitely not going to buy it when it comes out. It's probably going to be a year, maybe two.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Before I actually buy it, but eventually I think I'm going to get it. Just to like I said, simplify my setup a little bit.
Yep.
It would be nice.
Yep.
Like I said, I'd get rid of 2 extraneous HDMI cords at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Anyway, so what discussion topic did you bring, my friend?
Okay, so I totally forgot that I wanted to do this because I actually did originally want to talk about this, and it totally skipped my mind until we got into, I believe it was the Trump discussion about the Nazi campaign figure. But whatever it was, something spurred it into my mind again. I'm assuming you saw that Quaker, the owners of the Aunt Jemima brand, have decided they were going to discontinue the brand altogether.
No, I didn't hear that, actually.
Okay. So you actually don't know anything about this.
No.
Alrighty. So, Quaker Oats announced this week that it will be retiring the Aunt Jemima. Good God. Poor Jemima. Can't say her name right. Brand completely. It has been used for 131 years. And they're going to throw it out the door. Apparently it's they have good reasons for it. At least their reasoning for it is good reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I agree with it, but it's basically based on blackface, minstrel songs. The character with her 19th century garb and headscarf promoted a comedified version of antebellum imagery of enslaved black women back in the good old days of keeping black women in their place. I hate this. This is stupid. I understand that we just had the conversation that we need to move forward as a nation and stop with the racism, and I totally get that. We're going and erasing everything in the history books. This is stupid. You're going to discontinue something because you say it promotes a vision that should not be. It was wrong then, and it's wrong now, and it shouldn't be tolerated. But like you said earlier, you're just saying it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You're getting rid of this because it's promoting an image that is not appropriate. But now you're just basically trying to say it never existed.
I feel the right way to do this. Remove the Aunt Jemima character. Maybe change the name. I don't know. I wouldn't be the right person to make that decision. But I think the right thing to do, like I said, would be to remove the character. And they need to maybe highlight different historical black figures on the bottle or something. Not necessarily use them for personal gain, but I think what they should do is have this person's picture on the front, and then on the back they have like a short biography or something like that, and why this person's existence is important. So yeah, I think, I don't know. I think that's the right way to go about it. I don't think that it's something that they should just outright do away with. Like you said, I understand the reasoning for them wanting to do it, but I don't know. I don't necessarily think that it's the way that they should do it, you know?
I hate it. I really do. You do that. What was the thing that we were talking about earlier that I said that we would come back to? I think I forgot the point I was going to make about that.
I'm not sure.
It was the Disney Plus thing.
Yeah.
And it was okay. So, it was the Warner Brothers thing. Did you see where they wanted to remove the gun from Elmer Fudd?
No.
They wanna remove the gun from Elmer Fudd. They want to replace it with something else, or they just want to eliminate it entirely.
What are they going to replace it with?
I don't know, but that's the problem. You're not doing anything justice if you're just trying to remove it from history completely. You don't learn from history if there is no history to learn from. We need these things as examples. Well, at least I feel like we need these things as examples of what not to do.
Mm-hmm.
what is wrong. It's a cartoon. It's funny. I'm sorry. Daffy Duck gets his bill shot off. It spins around his head. It's funny. Is it appropriate? I'm going to say it's appropriate. It probably wasn't appropriate then, and it probably isn't appropriate now.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, there was a line drawn in the sand that said, this was okay, but this wasn't okay, and this was done many, 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 many years ago, but now you're going to say it's not okay? Yeah, and you're just going to try to go back and erase all that, but you're not going to go after what's made today? Bugs Bunny is lame and, like, G-rated compared to what comes out today.
Oh, God, yeah. Jeez. Man, yeah, no kidding.
There was so much worse.
No kidding.
But you're going to go after that because he has a gun?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
You're going to go after a brand because it has a I always thought it as like a warm hug type deal. Like, this is a person you could trust making your pancakes. She reminded you of your aunt or something.
Yeah, I
thought
never.
That's what it was about.
I can see where the association comes in, but I never associated it with a slave making pancakes.
No,
I always associated it with like a waitress at a restaurant or something like that.
Exactly,
you know?
Something wholesome.
Yeah,
and maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe it's because we're two white dudes and we never had to deal with any of this crap. But still.
But
what are you going to do? Go after Miss Butterworth next?
Maybe. That's what I'm saying, right? They can take this brand that people see as representing something hateful, and they can change it into something that educates people.
Yes.
And gets the word out there instead of just deleting it from history and from popular culture, you know?
Yeah, I don't know exactly. It's too new to see what they're going to do. They literally just made this decision like 2 days ago. So we don't know what their actual plans are yet. What character are they going to do a character? Are they going to take a well-known black person from history, like maybe Martin Luther King Jr. or I mean, it'd probably have to be a woman for it to work as a female association with the branding. But you could change it to a male if you really wanted it to. You'd probably get flack for that from feminists or something, saying that, well, now this is sexist because you took away the woman from the bottle. But whatever, you could do something and you could turn it into a positive image. Positive black representation from back 40, 50 years ago, like Martin Luther King or somebody else, Susan B. Anthony or
Rosa
somebody.
Parks.
Rosa Parks, there you go. Perfect example. Her on the bottom. Look what she did. Awesome, right? Mm-hmm. Or just maybe make Aunt Jemima associated with her. Make her the first black woman in the South that had her own pancake house or something. I don't know. Do something positive with
I don't know.
Gotta be so negative.
This isn't. Yeah, this isn't something that we can necessarily make a decision about, and I hope that something positive comes out of it. You know, so we'll see. Who knows?
You know, it was actually based on a real person, though, right?
Was it?
Yeah. The R.T. Davis Milling Company hired Nancy Green as a spokesperson for the Aunt Jemima pancake mix in 1890.
Wow. Until
her death on August 30th, 1923. She was born a slave in Montgomery County, Kentucky. And as Jemima, she appeared beside the world's largest flour barrel. See, that's something positive. operating a pancake cooking display at the here we go again, did it again, the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
That's a positive story right there. She was well paid, well respected. Why does everything gotta be so stinking... Okay, let's move on. I'm done. I'm just done.
Okay, so we're going to move on to our last section of the podcast,
yes,
our trailers section. So how this works, we're going to watch the trailer, and then we're going to let you know what we think of it and whether or not we would go see it in theaters, or whether we would go see it in theaters or whether we would wait for it to come out on like some rental service, or if we would even see it at all. That's kind of our rating system here, our first look rating system, as it were. So, first one we've got is a trailer for Bill and Ted Face the Music.
25 years ago, you played a concert in front of the entire world. 1 month ago, you played in Barstow, California for 40 people, most of whom were there for $2 taco night. Bill and Ted, what have you got to say for yourselves?
Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes.
You were supposed to unite the world and save reality as we know it.
Bill, we've spent our whole life trying to write the song that will unite the world. Why can't we just go to the future when we have written it?
Whoa! And take it from ourselves!
But isn't that stealing?
How is that stealing if we're stealing it from ourselves, dude?
What was that?
Dude, I don't even know. I have never seen the original movies, so.
Oh, is there original?
Yeah, no,
movies
there's I think there's 2 movies from the 90s. Hold on, let me look it up real quick. Bill and Ted movies. So yeah, the first one was Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure in 1989. And then there was Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey in 1991. Both with these 2 dudes, Keanu Reeves and whatever the other dude's name is.
I have no words.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks interesting, but I feel like this is something where we'd have to watch the first 2 in order for it to make any sort of sense.
Maybe, possibly, but
yeah,
based on that, I have no interest whatsoever.
I would say that I'd wait for a rental on the caveat that I would have watched the first 2 at that point. Otherwise, yeah, I wouldn't want to see it. Okay, so the next one we've got is Eurovision Song Contest, the story of Fire Saga.
Ever since we were children, we've had one dream.
Winning the Eurovision Song Contest.
All right, everyone. I am Lars. This is Sigrid. We are Fire Saga.
Who wants to hear a Eurovision song?
All of Iceland thinks
We are a joke.
That's not true.
and my father is ashamed of me.
No, he's not.
He looked me into the eyes and said, I am ashamed of you.
Maybe he was drunk.
He said, and you might think that I'm drunk, but I am dead sober.
Idiot.
Officially, Fire Saga will be representing Iceland at Eurovision this year.
I hate them.
Absolutely terrible. They're old, disgusting people. But we have no choice.
So we're in. Yep.
42 countries, hundreds of performers, and a worldwide audience of 180 million. This is Eurovision.
It's a jungle out there.
You have to watch that guy. He is a sex player.
Hey, looking good.
Sigrid, very beautiful voice.
Thank you.
We are a duo that will never be separated.
George Michael said something about other Wham guy. No one even knows his name.
Andrew Ridgeley. You have to stay focused. We need to win.
What are you doing?
I just want my ding-dong to look bigger than what is really there.
Smart.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you speak first.
I thought that was hilarious. It's stupid hilarious. The kind of movie that I definitely would have expected to see Will Ferrell in, but it looks funny. I would definitely go see this 1,000,000%.
Maybe my sense of humor is just gone tonight. It is stupid, and it is stupid funny. I don't see enough funny in it. It just looks totally stupid to me.
I don't understand how you thought this wasn't funny, and you thought Coffee and Kareem was funny.
That was stupid funny, too. Did you ever watch that?
No, and I never will.
Yes, you will.
No, I won't.
Oh, yes, you will.
You can try and put it on when you're down here, but guess what? Shutting it off. Not going to happen.
Yes, it will.
No, sir.
You have not given it a fair shot.
No, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. We'll see about that. I don't know. It is something I would expect Will to make. I don't know. I don't like it. We'll leave it at that.
All right. Next trailer we've got is for Tenet.
All I have for you is a word. Tenet. It'll open the right doors. Some of the wrong ones, too. Use it carefully.
To do what I do, I need some idea of the threat we face.
As I understand it, we're trying to prevent World War III.
I'm not saying Armageddon here.
No. Something worse.
I gather you have an interest in a certain Russian national.
Might just bring me in. You really want to know? He can communicate with the future. Time travel. No. Inversion.
Aim it and pull the trigger. You're not shooting the bullet, you're catching it.
Well, I've seen too much. Well, we'll try and keep up.
That looks amazing.
Yeah, I'm watching it. 100%. 10,000,000%. Gonna go see it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Loved all of the Dark Knight movies. Loved Inception. Haven't seen Dunkirk, but I probably will eventually. This looks dope.
Assuming we ever get to go see anything, that is.
Yeah. But that's the rating. That's the rating system we got, David. We have to stick with it.
No, I totally agree. I would. I don't even need you to go see this. This is like, I love it.
Did you ever see any of his other movies? I know you haven't seen the Batman ones. Did you see Inception?
I need to watch that with you. I tried, and it made my brain hurt.
It's definitely...
It's a lot.
It's definitely a movie that's a little hard to wrap your brain around.
Yeah.
But if you... I'll give you this. If you pay attention to it, it explains itself pretty well. But if you're kind of like absent-mindedly watching it, you can miss some subtle things that later on down the line just don't make it. It doesn't make it make sense.
Yeah, I feel like I missed part of it or something. Didn't didn't catch it from the beginning. I don't know, but I know I want to, and I figured you'd be the one that would be easiest to help me through it, because it's a lot. It's like, oh, what is this? This looks like it's going to be a lot easier to wrap my brain around. Maybe I'm just concentrating a little more.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how they explain this inversion time travel thing.
Exactly.
Looks pretty interesting. Anyway, next trailer we've got is Relic.
When was the last time you spoke to her?
It's been a few weeks.
Gran? Mom? Mom!
She called me a few weeks ago. I think she was scared. She thought someone was coming into the house. Do you know where you were, Mum?
I suppose I went out. What's this?
I was on the property when your grandfather inherited it. His mind wasn't there in the end. You can't put Gran in a home. She can't live on her own anymore. She has to be watched.
Everything all right, Gran? I thought this was where it got in.
Who? Whoever it was coming into the house. Mum, what is it?
It's here. Under the bed.
There's nothing under the bed, Mum.
Will you check for me?
I kind of like it.
Yeah, it definitely looks interesting. I will say, I think this would be something that would be fun to see with multiple people in the theater.
Yes.
Or even just like, at someone's house. But
oh yeah, no, because I am not seeing. This would be a lights on movie.
Yeah. This isn't something that I necessarily want to watch by myself, but I think it would be so fun seeing it with other people.
Yeah.
This is one of those horror movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Need a couple of friends to laugh at when they get scared. And or
laugh at you when you get scared.
Exactly. Watch you deteriorate into a ball of tears. Or
yeah, exactly.
Hallucinating screams. One or the other.
Okay. Next, we've got the trailer for Season 4 of 13 Reasons Why.
Don't freak out. We have a problem here.
I think we might have a few problems.
I lost all my goodbyes when I set you free.
Do you think we're ever gonna make it out from under this?
I tried with open eyes, but I couldn't see.
He doesn't have any proof.
Maybe that's why he's here, to get proof.
Keep it spiraling.
We gotta figure this out for Monty.
Keep it spiraling.
I thought this was over.
Me too.
Keep it spiraling.
What if they're watching him now?
What if they're watching all of us?
I look at you, Clay, and I see a kid who's paying a very high price. And I don't yet know what for. I suspect it might be for secrets you keep.
Please, let me out!
At some point, isn't it like enough is enough?
I think you've been keeping secrets. Are you ready to let those secrets out?
Yep. Already watched it.
Yeah, you did. I normally would have watched it all the way through by now, but I don't know. I tried getting through that first episode and it didn't grab me like the last couple of seasons did. I didn't really get into season 2, but season 3 grabbed me. Whether or not it was,
good,
great is a different story, but it grabbed me. I don't know. This trailer makes me willing to give it another shot. I might come back to it a little bit later.
You've got to get past the first episode, because I'm not disagreeing with you that the first episode it's a lot to take in, and it's hard. I will admit it does get better. I promise you, it does get better.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll have to watch the first episode here soon then and see if I can get past it. Okay. Our last trailer of the night is Force of Nature.
We're evacuating the building.
Oh, thank God! I need your help.
I'm staying here. I'm not leaving.
It's a Category 5 hurricane going on outside. You forgot about that.
Think it's a 5 already?
There is a storm right now, 160 miles per hour.
To perhaps devastate Puerto Rico.
Your dad doesn't want to leave. I can't force him.
Help me get him out of this building.
Policía! Take it easy. Take it easy. Let's go. Let's go. Come here.
Watch it, sweetheart. Where are they?
He's part of a crew. He does high-end heist job. I got a buddy downtown. He's been chasing these clowns for a month.
You're a cop, too.
What do you think these guys want?
I might have a pretty good idea. $55 million. It's here in this building.
That's blood money.
If we're going to stand any kind of chance, we need all the firepower we can get.
Stand flat. We'll go floor by floor until we find them. They're gonna hunt us down.
We're in the eye of the storm. If you're trying to make an impression, now's the time.
Man, I don't know what it is. I don't know if he's trying to play an accent or something. Mel Gibson's voice is really different in this movie. I don't recognize it at all.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen very many movies with him in it.
Lethal Weapon movies?
I think I've seen half of Lethal Weapon 1.
Really? You haven't seen the rest of them?
You know, the worst part is I own all 5 of them now because I got them for Christmas.
Oh, wow.
I just haven't sat down to watch them yet.
We're watching those. What about The Patriot?
It's been a long time, but yes, I have seen that one.
That's another one of his. I don't know. It just seems really different. What do you think of this movie?
This looks cool. This looks really interesting. And did you notice the date that it comes out?
No. When's it
June
come out?
30th. On digital.
On digital? Ooh, nice. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well,
we'll have to see if that's a buy digital or if that's something we can rent, because that looks pretty interesting. Maybe we can watch that for this podcast.
Too.
This might be another follow-up that we get to do.
Yeah. Yeah, we could do that. I think that's the plan.
All right.
We just hatched that one. We'll see, but...
Yeah. All right. Well, that is where we're going to leave this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to leave a rating on whatever podcasting platform you happen to be listening on. And, we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Thanks for listening to this episode of Podcast Period. This episode was hosted and produced by Ben and co-hosted and edited by David. You can contact Ben on Twitter at BenPlaysVidges. That's Ben Plays VIDYAS. And you can contact David on Twitter at Car6by16. If you'd like to chat with us about any of the topics on this episode, you can hit up the show at Podcast Period on Twitter, or shoot us an email at podcastperiodpodcast@gmail.com. We also have a new website that has launched featuring new articles written by us, as well as links to all the episodes. please visit that at podcastperiod.com. Want to do more for the show, but aren't sure how? We have a Patreon for that. For as little as $1 a month, you can get early access to episodes and so much more, and support the show while doing it. Just go to patreon.com/podcastperiod. Do you love sci-fi movies and shows? So do we. That's why we created the Podcast from Planet X, a podcast where we analyze and discuss your favorite pieces of sci-fi media. Check it out at the link in the show notes. That's all for this week. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
This was a Nerdgasm podcast production.
Well, that was another in a long series of regrettable life choices.
Served at nerdgasmpodcast.com.